When winning is the only option, the sharpest bettors in the world call me. Not because of what I know, but who I know. And the results, well, they speak for themselves. But talk is cheap, so let me show you. The Syndicate Insider Show starts now. How'd you like that first week of college football?
It's awesome. It's best. It's always great, but it's always good to get started.
We're spinning Let It Bleed. They're going to be October 19th at the T-Mobile Arena. Last time we were at the T-Mobile Arena was Coldplay on September 1st. Now, what's today's date? It is the 12th.
Today's the 12th.
All I can say to you is this. The first week is over. Bottom line is this. These are some notable entries. Let's talk about it. Last time we did a video, we were sitting having lunch with Kenny
Breaking
White
bread with Kenny.
and our soccer source. And it's been a wild, wacky week. Yesterday was a perfect example of how, if you want to come in from the outside to the inside, you got to have discipline. We didn't play any of the games I'm in between two time zones. I didn't even change my clock. It's now 3:25 in Las Vegas.
It's also 3:25 here.
6:25 here in Baltimore, Maryland. We didn't play any of the games at 1 o'clock East, 10 o'clock Pacific, because there was no info. But what we did do is we played WNBA, we played CFL with the Toronto Argonauts on the money line, plus 6.5 and straight up. Toronto Argonauts. I don't even know what an Argonaut is, but hey, I'll make money on it.
It went outright.
If my source can get the job done, my source can get the job done. They won the game 33-20. So here, on the opening day of the NFL season, we didn't go 1-0, we didn't go 2-0, we didn't go 3-0, we didn't go 4-0, we went 5-0, plus we went 6-0, call it 7-0 with the money line with Toronto. But I digress. If you look at the NBA, excuse me, the NCAA, what you notice is the line makers are very sharp. NCAA, Bama closed, the #1 team in the country. I said on the radio, you're not going to get value betting on Alabama. The line was 27.5, and they won the game 38-10. Why don't you swing around so they can see you? You didn't miss any meals in Las Vegas. If you follow me on Snapchat, what you'll notice on Snapchat is my man was eating.
Lost 2 pounds since I've been home for a week.
7 pounds in 7 days. The guy behind the camera's trying not to laugh out loud. You can grab my snap code at thesyndicateinsider.com. You gotta admit, we had some good meals. I'm not gonna name these restaurants unless they want to pay me, since we have so many views. Alabama closed at 27.5. They win by 28. TCU minus 10.5 at home versus number 24th ranked Arkansas. What we notice always year over year is that if a ranked road dog is winning at the half, this is why you have to play the game within the game. You come back and you pound the dog in the second half. You pound them because, the favorite. Because what you want to do is you want to basically say to yourself, the ranked road dog is winning at the half, and they're ranked. They're in the top 25, but the unranked team is actually better, and they're not in the top 25. That's why the other team is a dog, right?
Right.
But they're winning at the half. And everybody goes, wow, look at that. And they're winning 13-0 at the half. So you think you feel pretty good about that. They make them a 7.5 point favorite at the half, TCU. Lay it. Lay it. Because they win the game 28-15 easy in the second half. You can practice some of these strategies. I'm not going to give out individual free picks, but this is some of the stuff that can actually give you value. Indiana minus 17 against Ball State. This is another thing that we've noticed over the years, and it's stayed true week 1 of the season because there's no preseason in college football. Home team favorites that keep the team scoreless at the half. You better come back on the scoreless team in the second half, big time, in a big way, in a big fashion. And here's the reason why. The other team plays not to run the ball down their throat. They play not to lose. And when they play not to lose, sometimes that's death if you're laying wood in football. And I'll prove it as we go down this board. Indiana was minus 17. You're winning 20-0. You feel great. They make Indiana minus 7 at the half. take the dog. Ball State plus the 7. They win the second half 20-10. So they're a 7-point dog that wins 10-0 in the second half. And they actually win and cover the actual spread because they get 17. They lose by 10 outright. And if you laid that 17, you're pissed. Because now you didn't even cover laying the 17. Oak State, number 22 in the country, is playing Central Michigan. We all know what happened there, but let's break it down why it's important. If I'm betting Oklahoma State minus 21 or I don't have a wager on the game at all, they're winning, the box score is halftime, the favorite is winning 17-10. If the home team is ranked and they're favored and they're winning at the half, you better come back and grab the dog in the second half because you don't think they're going to lose outright, but you again think they're going to play to win. They make the line Oak State minus 7. They lose the game. They lose the second half 10-20 and actually lose the game outright 30-27. Now here's the big one. Oklahoma minus 47, number 14th ranked team in the country. You are laying 47 because you're nuts. And you're feeling pretty good at halftime. 42-0 because you're a square. They make them a 14-point favorite in the second half. You go, 2 touchdowns, that's easy. UL Monroe keeps it even, 17-17 in the second half. So here, you're feeling great with a 42-0 win. You don't even cover the 47. And this guy, UL Monroe, if you didn't have a wager at all in the game, you're getting 14.5 and you keep it even, 17-17. These are why you have to watch these games and trade these games. It's not as simple as betting and forgetting like I like to say. You go over to the NFL and you're a square better. You don't bet the NFL and lay the heavy wood. You don't believe it? Preseason doesn't matter. Seattle, minus 10.5. They win by 2. Arizona, minus 9.5. We all know what happened. They lose the game outright, 23-21. Kansas City minus 7. It did go to 6.5. Anybody tells you they had 6, they're a liar. They win the game 33-27. So if you went against and just took the 3 biggest favorites on the board and took the dog side, you went 3-0 with an absence of information. These are little tools these are little niblets of information in the toolbox, so to speak. And this is what I mean by coming in from the outside and coming into the inside. You have to be diversified, and you also have to understand that you don't have to play a lot of games. Yesterday, we had the Giants, and I'm going to go back to the Giants. Our clients were told to play the Giants, minus 1, or the Giants on the money line, depending upon what their line was. I preferably would not lay 1 on any football game. I would lay the money line and just forgo it and lay higher juice for precisely what happened yesterday. Why push on a minus 1 when you can just win the game? Right. We had the under 47.5 in the Giant game. We had the under 44.5 in the Arizona game. Now, let's talk about that under in the Arizona game. It shouldn't even have been that high to begin with. Their defenses were disgusting in both games. If you had the over, you really got a bad beat on the missed field goal. I got lucky. It happens. But it shouldn't have been that high to begin with because they were blown plays all through the game, and Arizona had no business scoring that many points to begin with. But nonetheless, for every game that you get unlucky and lose, if you had the over in that game, you're gonna get games and be unlucky and win. Lucky and win. They even out at the end of the season. We had Detroit. Now, we didn't discuss that game, Detroit, on the box score. But let's talk about Detroit for a second. Detroit was you don't even have to write it up. Detroit is a perfect example of trading the game while having the wager in play. We tell all of our clients to take Detroit, buy the 0.5 point to 3 because we don't like to grab 2.5.
Key number.
You don't want to get crushed on a key number. But if you're winning and you're an aggressive trader and you have capital and you're winning Detroit 21-10 at the half, it would serve you well. Give me a second. I'll do this while I'm talking to you guys. If you guys watched Snapchat, you saw Mike had not won. All right, I'm back. We had a little bit of a break on that video. I'll splice this on the post-processing. The Detroit game, it would serve you well if you're winning, if you have Detroit +3, and you're winning this game 21-10 at the half, and that game goes in halftime. Hogs get fat and pigs get slaughtered. That's my motto. They made Indianapolis a 3.5-point favorite in the second half. So I'm not married to a position, just like when you're trading stocks. You have Detroit +3. They're winning 21-10. Don't be a greedy pig. Just bet the Colts -3.5. Right. Guess what, guys? You won both sides. That's what we call the scoop. That's what we call middling the game and having your cake and eating it too. Why? Because what happens in a situation like that is they won the second half of the game 28-15. Oh, excuse me, 25-18. They won the game 25-18 in the second half, but Detroit still won the game outright 39-35. So you get both sides, and you have insurance. You got +3, an easy win. You got -3.5 in the second half, and you can win both. That's if you're not lazy and you're not a fan with pom-poms. I watch video after video from guys that want to act like they're wise guys. They want to act like they're wise guys and tell you that they love this game and they love that game. How can you love games that are so manic, where teams literally are flipping the scores from the first half to the second half? How can you believe that there's inside information when literally a team's winning 42-0 and doesn't play in the second half? Because you can't always get what you want, like the song says. You can buy into the dream, but you're going to go broke. How many guys did you talk to today that paid us $4,000 for 1 month? Around about half a dozen?
I'd say a little bit more than that.
More than those? Did those guys get a free weekend? No. Those guys called you up and said, I got my teeth kicked in because my guy told me Seattle was going to roll, Arizona was going to roll, Kansas City was going to roll, number 22 in the country, Oak State was going to roll, number 14 in the country, Oklahoma was going to roll. Oh yeah, and they gave me Alabama and I got lucky and I covered by a 0.5 point. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because if you want manic, I'll give you manic. But what I'll tell you is you're a maniac if you think that there's inside information on the manic play early week 1 in football when there's been no preseason. You're manic if you think that these teams where these players get millions of dollars. Who was the guy where they cut his contract? They fired him to rehire him because they had to play with the money?
Justin Forsett.
Right. Come on, guys. It's a business. Just like I say, it's a business of betting. They what? They cut him to renegotiate.
Caught him, brought him back the next day, and he played the entire game.
For what purpose? To renegotiate the contract.
Yeah, to get the signing bonus, the guaranteed money to be lower.
So do you understand, guys? This is a business. It's a business. It's nothing more than it's always been, the business of betting. And for you guys to have an emotional attachment or connection to any of this stuff is insanity. Did we have a winning week this last week? No. We lost, ready? 8%. That means if you're a player, you're watching this video. We lost 8%. We had a down week. 8%. I don't talk about wins and losses. I went 5-0 yesterday in the NFL, 2-0 in the CFL, whatever. My clients will correct me if I'm wrong on the video. We swept in football, correct? Right. Whether it's CFL or it's NFL. We lost, I think, on Saturday, 2 baseball games, 1 in the 10th inning, 1 in the 12th inning. Stuff happens. I like to keep it clean. Stuff happens. I will come on here and I will tell you what you don't want to hear, which is if you can't handle losing 8% in a week of your bankroll, if you're a bettor and you have $10,000 in Vegas and you can't handle losing $800 in a week, which is less than the vig that you would wager on a 10-dime bet, which would be a dime, shame on you. You deserve to lose. Not only won't you win, you can't win. If you need to be sold with the hype of some guy talking about going 5-0 yesterday, but not talking about the net of his whole week from Monday to Sunday, then you don't deserve this business. Because, as my clients know, since May 9th, how many losing weeks have we had? 3. 3 losing weeks since May 9th. You can't handle that? I think one week was 3%, one week was 8%, another week was, I think, 12%.
Right.
So, when you watch this video and you try to analyze what's your win-loss percentage, don't bother. Know this: we will make you more money in a season, more money in a year, and more money in a lifetime than any other company you've ever dealt with. But if you can't handle the heat, get out of this kitchen, because we don't want you. Bottom line is this: my time is limited. The rewards are great. I'm back in Vegas before you blink. This year, I will be in Vegas literally every other week, dealing with the largest bettors in the world. I am not stuck in an office. I don't cold call. I don't dial any numbers, because if you want to access me, you have to call me at 1-800-880-7507. I literally put the message out for you to call me. I don't call you. I don't have to waste my time. The question is, if you're watching this video, how many videos are you going to watch, and how many people are you going to try to contact looking for free information, because you're worried about getting one hot play of the day now? How many guys try to get a game out of you all the time? And what do we respectfully tell them? C'est la vie.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Because can you buy one day of picks?
No.
Could you buy that 5-0 card yesterday in the NFL?
No.
Why not?
We don't sell daily picks. We don't
Well,
sell
what do you
weekly
mean?
picks.
I could have sold 100 people my 5-0 yesterday.
Not the point.
The bottom line is, like Mr. Jagger here says, you can't always get what you want. Have a great day, guys. This is your Monday doubleheader report. Enjoy it, or finally come in from the outside to the inside.